Hi Stampers, this is Kim with Greatinkspirations. Thank you for joining me today. This video, we're going to take a look at the 2024 through 2026 in colors from Stampin' Up. And for those of you who do not know, each year Stampin' Up introduces 5 new colors that stay around for 2 years. And then we have our other 40 core colors and another set of in colors that were introduced last year. But by staggering the in colors, that means we get 5 new colors a year. But after 2 years, the in color goes away. So these will be around through 2026. And I have made some cards using these colors. So I have a little chart here that I made showing you the colors and their names and just products that are available in those colors. Now the first one, Pretty in Pink, is right here. And some of you, that may sound very familiar to you. That is a returning color. It's a very nice shade of pink. It's a very true pink. And this color is, for all intent and purposes, the same as the previous Pretty in Pink, and I have some samples to show you in just a little bit to compare the two. So all of these come, of course, in cardstock, in ink, and Stampin' Write markers, which are the water-based markers, and the Stampin' Blends, which are the alcohol-based markers, and we have ribbon. And there is also 6x6 designer series paper in these colors, and there is a suite of products in the upcoming 2024 to 2025 annual catalog that features 12x12 designer series paper that features these colors. There is also some glimmer paper, and there may be a few other things that I missed in the catalog, but lots and lots of opportunities for using these products and coordinating the colors. So as I said, this is Pretty in Pink, and then the next one is Shamrock. And when I first saw that, the first thing I thought was Crayon Box Green. Then we have Peach Pie, which sounds very delicious. And then Summer Splash, sort of a pool watercolor. And then Petunia Pop, a nice reddish purple. Now this chart, along with photographs of these cards and the supply list and measurements for these cards, you will find all of those on my corresponding blog post. And the link to that blog post will be found in the description of this video. Now I thought we would take a little bit closer look at the colors. Here is the Petunia Pop, and there's the card I made with it. I used some of the ribbon, I used the ink, and then there are some embellishments. There's 2 sets of embellishments actually. One of them has some shimmer, and the other one are just kind of a flat color. But here, those pretty zinnias from the Simply Zinnia set. Here's one design of that DSP. Now, Petunia Pop, I really couldn't find a lot of inks that we've had in the past or that we currently have that truly go with it. Here's a little chart I have. The closest I found was Purely Pomegranate from many years back. And even with that, I had to stamp it off once to get something close. And this is, Petunia Pop is definitely brighter. This one is just, I don't know, maybe it has a bit more red or even kind of a brown tone to it. But there's Petunia Pop. Then the next one is the one I called Crayon Box Green, Shamrock. And I made this card using that. And this is Shamrock just stamped off once. And here are those flat embellishments I was telling you about. They have a like a flat finish, but they're also nice and flat for mailing. And as far as Shamrock, the closest ink I could find to it, and it's not all that close, is Call Me Clover, which was an in color a few years back. I don't know, it seems to have a bit more of a yellow to it than the Shamrock. And our third color is Peach Pie. And here are some more of those shimmer embellishments. And this image is from, oh, what is the name of that stamp set? Inspired Sketches. And it is carrying over, but it will be an online exclusive. And this one, this stamp set, Gone Fishing, had to look at the name. It is also carrying over. It will be in the catalog. And of course the Simply Xenia, that is an online exclusive. So let's put our Shamrock here. And here is our Peach Pie. And I went looking for a color that went with it fairly well, or it was close. And it is somewhat close to Peekaboo Peach, only this seems to be a little more richer color. And this was another in color a few years back. And now we have our summer splash. So of course I had to make a beach scene. And there are those flat embellishments. And as far as this one goes, I really couldn't find something that was that close, but I did find that can compare it fairly well with Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay, although Summer Splash has more sort of a green to it. But they still look really good together. And of course Bermuda Bay retired, I believe it was last year. But we still have the Coastal Cabana. And that brings us to the Pretty in Pink. And this is the, I should have written down the names of all these stamps. I keep forgetting them. Cheerful Daisies stamp set, and it is carrying over to the new catalog. And here, I actually had cardstock from the original Pretty in Pink. And when you put them next to one another, perfect. They match absolutely perfectly. So if you like Pretty in Pink, you're going to love the new Pretty in Pink. Now here is that designer series paper I was telling you about that comes in 6x6. There are 4 designs. This is the Petunia Pop. There's some stripes. And then this fun design. This kind of reminded me of a design you would see on some Hawaiian fabric, or maybe on a like in a hotel in Hawaii. And then we have just the little circles. And then of course they're the same designs. And this is the Shamrock. And then this is the Peach Pie. Like I said, it's the same designs. And the Summer Splash. Well, I think I'm going to like using that. I like to just say it. Summer Splash, Summer Splash. And then the Pretty in Pink. And then there is the glimmer paper. Now this glimmer paper comes in 12 by 12 sheets. You get 1 of each color in the package. I just cut it 6 by 6 to make it easier to show. This is the Petunia Pop. And here is the Shamrock, which as you can see, it looks a lot darker, the shimmer. Here is the Peach Pie, a little darker. I don't know about the, you see about the Petunia. Yeah, a little darker. So these are a little darker than the actual colors. It's still the color, it's just a little shade darker. And then the Summer Splash and the Pretty in Pink. So let's just kind of clear these out. And Stampin' Up! Released a bonus color. It's going to be part of the Basics collection, like with Basic Black, Very Vanilla, and Basic White. And it is called Basic Beige. And here it is right here. And let me grab the ink pad real quick. So there is the ink pad, there's cardstock, and there is ribbon for right now. And I'm sure this color will show up in some of the designer series papers. But it's just a really nice neutral. It is a little darker than Sahara, or maybe it's a little lighter. I can't remember now. But it's, at first I thought Sahara Sand, but it isn't. Although it pairs well with Sahara Sand. I think Sahara Sand might be a little darker. But anyway, this is called Basic Beige. And it will be around for some years to come as part of the Basics collection. So we'll just put that away. And now I want to talk about, we're talking about new things. And I am about to start a new phase of life. After April 30th, I will no longer be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I will still be using Stampin' Up! Products and maybe a few other brands. I will still be doing some videos, but for right now, I need to make a change. I need a new direction. I have been diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. Now, it is some type of inflammatory arthritis. We're trying to figure out which, but it is looking as though it's probably lupus, but not systemic lupus. It's something called drug-induced lupus. I had no idea that was even a thing. I didn't know it existed, but I've taken a certain medication for several years. And this is a medication called hydralazine. And apparently, it can cause what is called drug-induced lupus. And since September, it's just really been a struggle because it affects my hands, the joints in my fingers and my wrist. It also just makes me feel horrible, and I'm just sick a lot. So I need to just make a few changes and cut out a few things. So unfortunately, Stampin' Up! Is one of those things. Being a demonstrator is not difficult. It can be a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. However, it's just time to move on, to do what I need to do for me. But like I said, I am still going to make some videos. I'm still going to use Stampin' Up! Products. They may not be current, but we'll focus more on maybe like layouts, techniques, and that kind of thing. I want to thank all of you for supporting me through all these years as a demonstrator, and for those of you who subscribe to my channel, I thank you very much. And like I said, I'm not going away, but it's just going to be a little different. And will be Greatinkspirations, but just a little different. So once again, I thank you for your support, and I thank you for joining me today. Until next time, stamp happy.